Give me one moment because I do not own the rights to this music. So let me just go ahead and turn it off. Okay, because I was listening to some relaxing music before I began my live video. So now I'm live. So I want to welcome you to my live video. And I just want to just say this day has went so tremendously fast for me. It was just like, okay, it was like I woke up early, and when I turned around, it was like, what? We already at 3, 4 o'clock, and this day just went so quickly. So I just want to, before I get into really what I want to speak to you about, my name is Michelle Riley, and I help equip entrepreneurs with systems, operations within their business so they can have an easy process, an easy flow in their business so they're not overwhelmed and all over the place. So basically, that's what I help entrepreneurs do. And that's just really the tip of the iceberg. I do so many things, but I'm just trying to just stay in one area right now so I'm not, confusing anyone. So earlier today, I post on my social media 3 reasons why you need an onboarding process. And this is something that maybe not a lot of entrepreneurs think about because we're sometimes in creation mode, or we're sometimes just, really trying to grind and, you know, get to, the heart and the meat of our business, and hopefully get clients and customers to come in and purchase from us. And this was something that was sorely missing within my business. And it was something that I was just, scrambling around. And I don't know if this is you, but if it's you, then you know who you are. It would be times when I would get a client that wanted, to contract me, because I also do, websites. And if you know that, you're just scrambling around at the last minute because, you're so happy that you got someone that, wants to do business with you, that you don't really think about the process of bringing them on, introducing them into your business. So this way it is a streamlined process. You want it to be streamlined. You don't want to be in a place of somebody comes to you and wants to hire you, and we have, beautiful websites. Sometimes we put out really great, social media memes out there, and people look at it and says, wow, their business looks so good and so, professional. Let me, do some business with them. And then when they come, then we're just scattered and we're all over the place. And sometimes we don't really give off of what we present in our messaging, and even in the visual part of our business. So I want to first give you a definition of what the word onboarding means. And I looked up this definition. I believe it was Webster's definition. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to give you the definition. The definition of onboarding means the act or process of familiarizing a new customer with one's products or services. Customer onboarding primarily involves answering customers' questions, addressing their concerns so they have a smooth, positive experience with your product or service. I mean, to me, that is an excellent definition. So they have a smooth, experience, a positive experience with your product or service. And I mean, come on, how many times have we, even hired other people to do business with, and we were just so frustrated in the process. We were just like, what in the world is these people doing? They so unorganized, they ain't got nothing together. And I know we've experienced that. So are we doing the same thing in our business? Are we presenting that same type of energy in our business when someone, is coming to do business with us? So in order to make sure that is not happening, there needs to be an onboarding process in place, especially if you are, I would say, a service-based business. You're really maybe working on projects, you're doing certain things for your clients, whatever that industry entails. And you want to make sure that when you have that initial sit down with them, that they are basically, you know, someone that you really want to, bring into the business. You want to make sure that you are, letting them know that, this is something that, I love to do. And if you love to do something, you want to make sure that it's presented well, and you want to make sure that it's getting across to those people that to those potential customers or clients. So I want to just go in, because I forgot to do this in the beginning, but no worries. I want to go and invite some people. I want to go and invite some people. So let me just go in for one more person. Uh, okay. Okay, so now I invited some people, so that's good. So also, what I want to give you 3 points, because I believe that this is really going to help you out, especially if you are a service-based business. I mean, I'm going to say this before I even get into my 3 points, because you know I think you know how we hear the term that says experience is the greatest teacher, or experience is the best teacher. And I don't know who you are, but thanks for joining me, Cherry. Thank you for joining me. You know how people say, experience is the best teacher, and as you go through things, you experience and then you learn from it. And that can be true to a certain degree. But for me, wisdom is the best the best teacher, because if you've been through something in your business and you've gained, some tips and things for me not to go through that, and you share that with me, then I don't have to go through the experience of failing or falling short in that. I can glean from you what you did to help me not do that thing. So that way, I believe that is so key. I don't want to just learn from mistakes I make in my business. I want to learn from those who are the front runners, who went before me and basically set the precedent, saying, listen, you don't got to fall into the traps I did starting my business. So this is the way you can do it, so it can help you get to where your goals quicker. So I want to just give you the 3 reasons why you need an onboarding process in your business, because the first thing is clarity. So if you want to write it down, the first thing is clarity. You need to determine your client's needs and the services that your business offers. You need to determine their needs and the services that your business offers. And I wrote my notes down, because sometimes I just go off and I just forget like my key points. So I wrote them down. And you want to bring them, this was what was so key. You want to bring that client or that customer to an aha moment in your business. Now, for many of us, we know that Oprah was big on pinning that coin, an aha moment, where she would say, oh, that's an aha moment. So if you can bring your client or customer to an aha moment in your business, they're going to be like, wow, I never thought of that. Oh, wow, that's good. Wow, you've just given me some great ideas. So that is why it is so important to have an onboarding process, because when you help your client to get clear on their goals and objectives that you're going to help them meet, where they get to that point where they walk away from that initial meeting and they're so pumped that they're so ready to get started. Hi, Andrea. Thanks for joining in to the live broadcast today. I'm talking about 3 reasons why you need an onboarding process. And the first key point is clarity. We need to make sure that our clients that we are onboarding into our business, that they are so clear about, your business, of what it is that you're going to serve them. And another key point I want to put out there is, ask the question. Say, okay, you're hiring me for X, Y, and Z, whatever that is in your business, but let them also know the list of services that you provide, that may be not what it is they come for, because they could need something else in your business that they don't know about. So you're just basically servicing maybe one part of their need, and they don't even know that you have other services within your business, that they don't even have to go and look somewhere else. They can just stay with you and say, you know what? I love everything you've done with me. I loved how you laid it out. I love how professional you are with me. So, why wouldn't I want to do business with you in another area that I may need help with? Because they already see that you are proactive in making sure that you're meeting the needs that they have. So clarity is very key. And again, I want to stress that you want to bring your client to their aha moment, even in that onboarding process. You want to make sure that, they walk away and say, wow, you really gave me even some other things to think about that I haven't even thought about. Because the detriment to not getting clarity, and this is something I'm sure that we've done, or even, was done to us. If you have to call back that person or email them and say, you know what, I'm still not clear, or I'm still kind of confused. And you start getting apprehensive because you're not really sure basically, really what is they're providing for you. You kind of, kind of iffy and maybe all over the place. So that lets you basically know that they really haven't onboarded you as a client, because you're still kind of foggy about the services and things that they're going to do for you as, the customer. So you want to make sure that you don't have that in your business. You want to make sure that when you finish that onboarding process, that your customer or your client is so clear on the service or products that you offer them that they're like, listen, you answer questions I didn't even ask, so I'm good. So I can sleep good at night because I know that you've got it, and I'm so thankful. And what that does, it will help them. It will help to give word of mouth to your business. They'll go and tell somebody else, listen, I worked with Andrea, I worked with Cherry, and they exceeded my expectations of what it is that I came to them for. They, put me at ease. The process of me coming in to, their business, they really made me feel comfortable. So I know I'm going to achieve the goals. I'm really excited to get started with them because they really amped me up, like I'm ready to go now. And that's what we really want in our business. So that's number one, clarity. So number two is expectations. So what is that? We're giving the client clear steps in the onboarding process to make sure, and let me just go over because I had wrote some notes down so I didn't forget. So we're giving the client clear steps in the onboarding process of what you both desire to receive out of the relationship, so there is no room for miscommunication. That is so key. Because when you come into a relationship with that customer or that client, you want to make sure that you're telling them, this is what I'm going to provide. These are the services that I'm going to provide for you. So this is what you can expect from me as, the business owner. But there's also an expectation for the client. And this is what I'm going to expect from you. I'm going to expect, like, if I, give you X, Y, and Z to do, I'm going to expect for you to have it, in on time, because I'm really proactive about you getting to where you need to be. Because sometimes we may have customers that, for whatever it is that they're going through, there may be fear, doubt, unbelief. There may be all these underlying factors there where sometimes they really need someone to be firm with them. Sometimes how oh yeah, well, don't worry about it. Just give it to me when you can. No, we want to be able to be that leader that says, listen, I'm going to push you to where you need to be, because that's what I do in my business. This is what I do. I bring people to where they need to be. And sometimes it may be a little bit painful, but I want to make sure that you hit the mark at the milestones that we're going to discuss as I'm onboarding you. These are the things that, that we're going to sit down and we're going to agree upon together, and I'm going to hold you accountable to it. So that is the expectation that they leave with knowing with you, you're not going to slack on them. With you, you're going to hold them to what it is that you agreed upon, because they're paying you, and you take what you do very seriously because it is your calling. So I think that's something that we really need to understand as we're onboarding our clients, that the expectation that not only we have, that we are letting them know that, we're going to service them with, but what we're expecting from them as well. So now the third point, the last point, last but not least, is the results. Okay, so let me read that to you. So it's saying a clear plan of action of how you plan to reach the goals and objectives of their issues. So it's like that initial sit down process is basically saying, listen, based on this conversation that me and you had in this onboarding process, I'm going to develop a plan to help you get to your goal, to help you execute it. I'm going to make sure that it is actionable and it is reasonable, so that when you leave, it's going to be a clear plan that you can put into action. So what does that look like? And I'll just give you an example. For instance, if you go to a doctor's office and he's basically talking about your overall, diet, he can give you an action plan that says, okay, listen, your blood pressure may be a little bit elevated. So what I need you to do is cut back on the salt. I need you to cut down on carbs. I need you to exercise at least 3 times a week. So that doctor has given you an actionable plan to put into place to get you to that goal of lowering your blood pressure and getting you into a better state of health. So that's the same thing that we want to do with our clients. We want to make sure that we're giving them actionable plans. And when you do this, what it does is it gives you the freedom of not feeling all over the place. I'm going to tell you something. When I first started in this journey of entrepreneurship and taking on, customers or clients, and I'm using this word because it's very true at the beginning. Sometimes we can be in a place of fear of, oh God, I just need this $200 from this client because I got to pay, my hosting fees, and I got to pay this other fee over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just take this. But deep in our heart, we know that that really is not the right client for us. Deep in our heart, we know that that is really not the person that really is our target customer. So why would we dishonor them in our business by taking someone on that we know really we're not going to do a really good job with, because we are in a space of desperation? And the thing that really God really had me to sit back and take a look at that is that, Michelle, if you operate or move in that energy of being desperate for a client or customer because you're thinking, oh well, I need to get this, this product, or I need to get this for my business, or I need to buy this mastermind, or whatever that may be, then that's going to be the precedence that you set in your business or your ministry, because it's going to be fear-based, and it's always going to be from a place of lack. It's not going to be where you're going to draw in the clients that are basically going to pay you what you're worth. And they can feel that energy. They can feel when you're basically just, settling, or you're changing or lowering prices or doing certain things because you just want this customer so bad, you just want this client so bad. And they can kind of, feel that. And I know the people that I'm talking to right now, we are God's children, and God tells us that he will do exceedingly and abundantly and above all that we could ask, think, or imagine. Amen. So we have to believe God for the people that we are asking for to come into our business. God, send those people in my business who I'm going to be able to honor with my products and services, and send those in that will pay me according to my pay scale, to my pay rate. And that's another key tip that I want to leave with you before I close out this broadcast. Hi, Elaine. I just see you pop on. And the thing about it is, you are basically letting them know, look, this is my price structure. This is what, I charge for what my services and products are. So this way, it's not saying, well, how sometimes we want to put a number out there, but, you kind of iffy. Well, they think it's too much. And we go back and forth with all of this, chatter in our head. And that's a word that Andrea used on her one of her lives about, that self-talk, that self-chatter. And sometimes we talk ourselves in a place of, lowering our value, even in our business. And that is not something that God wants us to do. So this is why an onboarding process is so important in your business, because on the onset of that initial onboarding, you will know right away if that client is someone that you should be working with. And to be very truthful, sometimes people, they don't even know what they want, because sometimes they're not really clear in what their business is, or what it is that they want, or even certain things that's going on within them. So they can be all over the place. And if you can't bring them to a plan of action because they keep changing or switching up something, then that's really a key to let you know that, I think that, maybe this, this service is not the right service for you. Maybe, you can, find something else, or maybe I can point you in another direction, whatever that may look like. But we don't want to take on clients out of fear, out of desperation, or feeling as though, well, we got bills to pay this month, so I just going to take this one client on. Please don't do that in your business. Please don't set that energy in your business. You set the precedents that God has given you to set by creating an onboarding process that will help you with overwhelm, would help you with stop being frustrated, with people that just want to, waste your time. And that's a big time saver too, by having an onboarding process. So I'm just going to stop mumbling right now, because I hope you really get what my key points were. And this is something that I really believe in, because it has given me the freedom that when someone wants to do business with me, especially because I do service, in doing websites. So when someone comes to me, I'm just like, okay, here's my onboarding process. So I'm not freaking out about, oh God, how can I do this? How can I put this together in this amount of time? No, it's already put together. I email it to them. They look it over. They have all the information there. So there leaves no room for miscommunication. There leaves no room for assumption. It's right there in front of them, and that leads to really building a strong relationship with your customers. That's what really an onboarding process will do for you in your business. So I hope that you've gotten some value out of this video, and I will be back with you next time on my next live, giving you some more tips and tools about really an onboarding process. And we're going to go even a little deeper, because I'm going to be talking about it from another standpoint, about when you get to the point in your business where you may want to scale and bring in employees. So that's for another live. But I thank you for joining me today. Again, my name is Michelle Riley, and I equip entrepreneurs with systems and operations and processes to help them get over frustration and overwhelm in their business. So I will see you on my next live. Have a great day. Bye-bye.